tap here at the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center. We welcome you in to Derby City Wrestling presented by CarShield. He's Sean Phillips, I'm Gilbert Corsi, and this is a card that I have been waiting weeks for. Rohit Raju one-on-one with Jake Chris, two former X Division champions, both making their Derby City debut today, my friend.
And we get to cap this event off with the none other, the golden boy, Jordan Clearwater takes on the wrestling god, Moose.
And the winner of that match will face Danny Limelight for the United World Championship. You're tired of hearing us talk, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to the action. We got a lot in store this hour.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the Witches of Kansas, Jaden Dominic Rose, and his tag team partner, Damian Chambers.
You know, whenever I see Damian Chambers and JDR's around, Chambers just looks annoyed, Sean.
You're absolutely right. I think when Derby City Wrestling kicked off and these two linked up, I think Damian Chambers might have thought here could be an opportunity for me to get with a vet who's got some experience, and he's realizing he might have made a mistake.
And their opponent, from Louisville, Kentucky, the team of Ted the Trailer McNair and his tag team partner, Dustin Jackson.
Ted the Trailer McNair with a new partner every time that we see him, Sean. This time it is a man who is very familiar to many fans here in Louisville, Kentucky, and Dustin Jackson making his Derby City Wrestling presented by CarShield debut.
You know, and the thing is about Ted, I think he's a great guy. I think people like Ted, and that's why they come here. But I think the reason why he's had a bit of trouble trying to stick with a tag partner is it's got to be the smell.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say here's a man with toilet paper sticking out of the back of his pants, and I don't think that's on purpose.
Maybe he gets nervous before he comes to the ring.
Well, you know, if
everybody needs a potty break from one time. You can tell I have toddlers when I call it potty.
Well, it looks like the Derby City needs to install some bidets because Ted McNair, well, maybe not, because right now they're on top over Jaden Dominic Rose.
Here's what I know about Ted the Trailer McNair. He's really a tag team specialist. He's held many championships for a very long time. And Dustin Jackson has been a solid tag team wrestler as well. This is another young man that I called some of his first matches in professional wrestling. I've watched him mature as an athlete over the last 7 years. And I'm telling you, they look like they are functioning well as a team in the opening goings of this contest.
Absolutely. These guys are firing on all cylinders, and I don't think I've ever seen an off-the-top headbutt. And now I've seen two.
Have you ever seen a wrestler
Have
you ever seen a wrestler come to the ring with toilet paper hanging out of his pants either? So expect the unexpected from Ted McNair.
Expect the unexpected right here in Derby City Wrestling as Dustin Jackson is working the arm here of Jaden Dominic Rose. And I'm impressed seeing Dustin Jackson come in here because, again, he's new to Derby City Wrestling. He's new to the United Wrestling Network. But right now, he and Ted McNair are in control of this matchup right now.
I tell you what, that somebody better get calling orthopedists, because the Trailer and Jackson are trying to rip the arm off on JDR. Leg is hooked, but Rose is out in one.
Quick kick out. The arm isn't going to keep him down for long, and Jaden hugging the ropes.
He's saying no more. Please, no more.
The ref giving him room to breathe, but Ted is ready. I'm hoping that it's not too itchy down there for him with all that toilet paper sticking out, and here he comes right up top.
Chafing? You're worried about chafing?
Yeah, I'm just hoping that everything got cleaned out of there before
Hold on,
he came
he's
to the
reaching
ring.
for something. Oh gosh, maybe that toilet paper was there on purpose. Oh, where has it been? Where has it been?
And it looks like the pink eye surprise might be the finishing touch here that Ted needed on JDR, but JDR
hanging him out to dry over that top rope. Stun gun almost like maneuver.
And JDR, if that arm's not too beat up, going to be on the attack here, right to the back and gut.
And even if he is nursing that arm, but his feet are doing just fine, it seems.
Absolutely. Pressing down on the neck. Ref needs to get this one in control.
And holding back his gag reflex is JDR.
And I'm not surprised right now. He's boom with a giant shot. Ooh. But a slap back from Ted as he's not ready to go out without a fight.
Well, here's what I know about Ted McNaylor is he is scrappy. Ted McNaylor, he may not be the biggest dog in the fight, but he has got a heck of a bite. Tag team action kicks us off this week in Derby City Wrestling, and we have a mega main event. Go nowhere. We got to take a timeout.
I love to drive. It's my me time, my getaway, my escape. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I called CarShield. CarShield administrators help get those repairs paid. I trust CarShield with my baby, and you should too. CarShield has plans that include protection on major parts and systems like the engine, transmission, entertainment system, air conditioning, electronics, and more. CarShield administrators go the extra mile by including rental car options. You also get emergency services for flat or damaged tires, lockouts, dead batteries, and courtesy towing, all at no additional cost. Darlings, saving on expensive car repairs is just a phone call away. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in costs for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-284-5872.
Don't worry. It's fake. That's a good. Fake bomb. That's good. Fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with safe.pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
Right before we headed to break, Damian Chambers entered this match for the first time. Tag team contest this week to kick us off on Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield. It is Chambers and JDR squaring off against Ted McNaylor and a Dustin Jackson, who is making his debut.
And it looks like a costly tag in for JDR as Damian Chambers was firing on all cylinders, tags himself back in before Ted McNaylor can find life in this one.
McNaylor scratching and crawling his way towards his tag team partner in Dustin Jackson. He's a fingertip away, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Sometimes that fingertip, it can feel like a mile. And look at JDR. JDR pulling Jackson off the apron, taking the tag away from Ted McNaylor.
And Ted was looking desperate, just like when Costco ran out of his favorite toilet paper. And Damian Chambers scooping him up, going for the pin here.
This could be it here. The leg is hooked, and Ted McNaylor still alive in this fight. You know, Chambers is a good athlete. He's a strong competitor. Some would just say that he got saddled with bad company. Since day one, he's been stuck with JDR.
Absolutely. I genuinely think this is more of a nurture versus nature kind of situation where I don't think Damian Chambers is necessarily a bad guy. We've seen him before step in between JDR when JDR has been on, the attack on a defenseless person. But I think Damian Chambers, he might not be a bad guy, but it doesn't make him a good guy either. What it makes him is intelligent. He knows that in this business, unfortunately, you have to have people that have your back. And even if they're not the best people.
Oh, this tag was so close, Sean. That tag was so close.
Probably just a square of 2-ply away from being able to make that tag with Ted.
Yeah, so you're saying that Chambers may not like JDR, it may not even be his partner of choice, but when you come into a new locker room, you need allies. So what are you gonna do?
These are guys that didn't know people before they got to the United Wrestling Network. And you know what? Even if they're not friends, they can at least be allies. Big tag here. Damian Chambers sets up Ted. Oh!
Springboard roll through.
Right off the shins, off the ropes. 1, 2. And a little bit of life from the trailer park savior, Ted McNaylor.
Ted needs to make a tag here in the worst way. You know, many people may not know this, but Ted McNaylor last year was in a very serious car wreck. He broke his ankle, he broke his arm, he broke several ribs, and a lot of doctors told him that his wrestling career was over. And that's where I talk about the fight that is within Ted the Trailer McNaylor. He may not be the biggest, he may not be the strongest, but I am telling you, this guy's got a heart like you would not believe, Sean.
And we can see it right here. We know that sometimes, you know, when you grow up around the block, when you grow up on that side of town where the trailer park resides, you got a little bit of that fight in you. Whether or not, you know, your life is bad, your upbringing, you understand that you have to fight to do what's right. And Ted McNaylor
opportunity,
is right
Sean,
now.
opportunity now for Ted McNaylor, and he gets there. He gets there, and here comes a Dustin Jackson who has been chomping on the bit on the outside of the ring for quite some time now. Jackson with a kick and a flurry of offense here against Damian Chambers.
Dustin Jackson is jocked. He is fired up. He is ready. He is the big back body drop from Dustin Jackson. Damian Chambers is lost in this Derby City sauce.
Damian Chambers was almost touching the lights here in the Norton Center.
And a huge drop kick to the back of the head from JDR saves this one.
JDR's the kind of guy that if you are around him, you gotta have eyes in the back of your head. McNaylor with the double underhook.
And Damian Chambers, right to the back of the neck of Ted. That strong base of Damian Chambers. He might be stumbling around, but he's definitely not out of it.
Whiplash-like effect from Chambers.
Uh-oh! And another miscommunication.
Whoops.
Dustin Jackson sends JDR out of the ring. Damian Chambers 2-on-1.
Look at this. Drop kick into the Russian leg sweep. The cover, the count, and the victory.
And would you look at this? Ted McNaylor and now Dustin Jackson get the upper hand.
Here is your winner, Ted the Trailer McNaylor and Dustin Jackson!
Let's show you again how they got the job done here. The setup, miscommunication between JDR and Damian Chambers, that created the window of opportunity, and Jackson and McNaylor leapt right through it, drop kick right to the mush, and the side Russian leg sweep. 1, 2, 3. McNaylor with another victory with a new partner, and this is the debut that Dustin Jackson wanted in Derby City Wrestling. Oh, wait a minute.
And it looks like some trouble in paradise. JDR and Damian Chambers. I think Damian Chambers, we've talked about it, I think he has had enough of Jade and Dominic Rose.
Yeah, I think that this situation has got combustible written all over it, Sean. Has Chambers finally had enough of JDR?
Dane Becker here, backstage at Derby City Wrestling with United Wrestling Network's open door policy to get the best of the best all around the world here in Louisville, Kentucky. I have two first-timers with me here at Derby City Wrestling, Rohit Raju and Jake Chris, and they are competing today. Jake?
I am the fire starter, Jake Chris. This is my boy, Bobby. He was the first to jump on this bandwagon. We welcome you to do the exact thing. Jump on this bandwagon now, and we will set this world on fire together.
Rohit?
Talking about fire, burning bright. My mother calls me son because I shine like one, Jack. Former X-Division champion Jake Chris. Former X-Division champion, the Mocha Skin Manimal himself, ravishing Rohit Raju. That's former as in past. I'm concentrating on my future here at Derby City. Guess what? In order for me to concentrate on my future, I have to look to my present. And currently, you are standing in my way of success. Now, Jake, I know how good you are. I know how good you are. But you don't know how great I am. What you're going to find out tonight in that bandwagon, I'm going to tip it over. Bye. I'm glad you mentioned the sun because my boy Bobby and I, we're headed to the moon. So strap right in and you can jump onto our rocket while we are headed to outer space.
Derby City Wrestling, back in action.
If you're afraid to offend, you can't be honest. That's Thomas Paine, a leader in the American Revolution. CarShield, America's most trusted auto protection company, spells out what's protected in coverage plans for your vehicle. If your vehicle is out of warranty, all you have to do is call before your car breaks down. CarShield preserves your right to save on repairs or replacements for major parts and systems, while protecting your freedom to choose your mechanic or dealer for one affordable pay-as-you-go rate, a rate that will never go up. The future of this country rests on the people. The future of your car should rest with CarShield administrators. Call CarShield before it's too late.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896.
In a world where people drive dirty every day, there's one duck with sunglasses who has a dream to be fast, clean, and loved everywhere. Quackles is giving you the chance to be a champion just like him. He's giving away a one-of-a-kind Quick Quack Championship belt autographed by some of your favorite United Wrestling Network stars. To enter, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit don'tdrivedirty.com/belt.
There is no better wrestling experience than right here at Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield. Gilbert Corsi alongside Sean Phillips, and our thanks to DJ Scary Carey for keeping the energy in the house. We still have two incredible matches in this hour of Derby City Wrestling. X Division Challenge between Rohit Raju and Jake Chris. And what about our main event, my friend?
Oh my gosh, we get to see right here live the Golden Boy versus the Wrestling God Moose, but I think we're getting a special surprise here.
Yeah.
Gilbert.
Peter Avalon.
That taped, casted wrist, and he doesn't look like he's in too good of a mood right now.
Mr. Avalon, listen, when I see Get Company, I stand up. So what do I, all right, well, let's give him a headset here. I mean, if I knew you were coming, I would have the house prepared for you.
Not even prepared for me. Not even prepared for me.
Because I don't know what you're doing here. What are you doing here, Peter?
You know full well why I'm here, Gilbert. Don't act so coy with me. I see you looking at me, Sean. Don't you dare look at me that way, okay? Because of the $10,000 that I owe to Brian Myers, I'm taking any job I can. Because obviously, that check didn't cash, okay? And now insurance policy and all this. Let's just get to the match, man. Please, just stop looking at me.
So this is a side hustle?
Well, I don't mean to burst your bubble there, Peter, but the check it wasn't that it couldn't cash. It just wasn't your check to write, if I'm not mistaken.
Stop. I made a mistake, okay? And I grabbed the wrong checkbook, okay? Wrong checkbook.
Well, all these weeks later, you haven't been able to find your right checkbook?
Do you notice that I'm injured? Do you notice that I'm hurt, that I can't compete? Okay, look at my broken arm that Brian Myers caused with a alarming text message that made me slip and fall.
Okay.
Look, don't. Just
okay.
to match.
All right, well, let's get to the action. Apparently, PPA's got a freelance on commentary for this contest.
That's right.
And
that's right. Another check from Marquez.
Let's, it's got to be a fun one.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 185 pounds. His mother calls him son because he shines like one. Rohit Raju.
The debut of a former X Division champion in Rohit Raju right here in Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield.
I am a huge fan of not only CarShield, but of Rohit Raju. What a competitor. You've seen him on AEW Dark. He's a former Impact X Division champion, a hell of an athlete, and look how just incredibly jacked he is.
You're a fan of Raju and a fan of CarShield, but you're not a fan of waiting your turn to talk.
That's my turn. It's my show.
Okay, all right.
Well,
Let's see how this one's going to go.
Look at Rohit Raju, and it's probably a good thing, Pete, that you don't owe him $10,000 either.
than just getting cut off, PPA. Anything you want to say about Jake Crist?
I think you have it, man. You're giving me that mean mug, and I don't want to see it. Jake Crist, another former X Division champion. Do I have to do your job now, Gilbert? Down.
X Division champion, former Impact Wrestling Tag Team champion, and really, if you have known Jake Crist for a long time, you may not know this Jake Crist. He has lost 100 pounds. He says he has redefined his life in the last couple of years. I'm excited to see Crist and Raju one-on-one, Sean.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much redefining of your life you can do being from Ohio, but here he is competing for the first time in Derby City Wrestling.
The United Wrestling Network open door policy, guys. These guys are first-timers here at United Wrestling Network, coming in with that open door policy that I know all too well.
Look at the shape that Jake Crist is in.
You said he lost 100 pounds?
Yeah,
he's looking good.
And this guy, at one point in time, this guy was close to 300 pounds
Get
on his
out.
5'7" frame.
Wow.
And we are getting ready to kick off the action. The ref has rung the bell, and these two are about to go toe-to-toe with the open door policy here in the United Wrestling Network.
Raju, the mocha-skinned manimal. Part
like
man, part animal.
I get that. Wow. The Desi Hitman, it says on his trunks.
Of course, formerly part of the Desi Hit Squad in Impact Wrestling.
Letting the fans really have it. Letting them know how he dislikes them.
Well, since we have an in-ring competitor sitting at the broadcast booth, when the fans really give it to you in the ring and let you know what they think of you, how does that get in a competitor's head, PPA?
In-ring competitor. I am the former United Wrestling Network Heritage Champion. I was on the first ever match, on the first ever broadcast of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood at the time, my friend.
And where did that happen?
Huh? In Hollywood.
In the ring.
In the ring, yeah. So I am an in-ring competitor, right? Don't forget it. I forgot your question because I'm so mad.
Star. When the fans are we'll get back to it. We'll talk about it later. Let's focus on the subject matter at hand, and that is this incredible bout.
Ooh, you see, the fans don't get under PPA's skin, but they're clearly getting under Rohit's skin, like you're saying.
What about Bobby on the outside of the ring here?
Who's this Bobby guy?
Close personal friend.
I would like to see him on it's Bobby's World on a small tricycle. He comes out, just rolls out.
Maybe next time.
Oh, maybe next time. I like that.
Two of Ohio's finest, bringing it to Rohit Raju as he takes the side headlock. We're going to hear for a headlock takeover.
There we go. Good
grinding in with the headlock here. Rohit Raju puts him on his back. These two are going to jockey back and forth for position here.
For sure, extremely talented veteran wrestlers exchanging holds. What gets better than this?
Derby City Wrestling presented by CarShield, bringing you unmatched caliber of action.
Look at that
right here in Louisville,
going
Kentucky.
For the arm there, going for anything he can, but man, Jake is tricky. He's tricky.
Nice kip up from that leg scissors.
Oh, here we go. We're moving. We're on the move now. Gilbert, we're moving. Look at that. Switch of direction out of Rohit. Big drop down, big roll. Oh!
Leg lariat right to the mush.
That was cool.
Rohit Raju.
Gilbert, that was cool.
And then the athleticism again. 2020 changed Jake Crist's life.
Here we go.
Hold on, what are we gonna see here?
100 pounds lighter, like you said.
And he's using it to fly.
Unbelievable.
And lands right on his feet as he continues to bring it straight to Rohit Raju. Guys, we haven't seen these two compete yet here in Derby City Wrestling, and now we have the opportunity to sit front row. When it comes to these two competitors, this is exactly what the United Wrestling Network can bring to professional wrestling and what we do week in and week out as Jake Crist goes up. Death-defying move here.
Big time crossbody from the heavens and only a 2 count.
Jake Crist got all of that one.
Man, you're right.
You can go back and take another look at it. Jake tried to reach the stars with that crossbody block.
And that's the only time that it would have paid off if he weighed that 300 pounds that he used to right there. That could have been the finish that he needed.
We got to take a timeout.
I love to drive. It's my me time, my getaway, my escape. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I called CarShield. CarShield administrators help get those repairs paid. I trust CarShield with my baby, and you should too. CarShield has plans that include protection on major parts and systems like the engine, transmission, entertainment system, air conditioning, electronics, and more. CarShield administrators go the extra mile by including rental car options. You also get emergency services for flat or damaged tires, lockouts, dead batteries, and courtesy towing. All at no additional cost. Darlings, saving on expensive car repairs is just a phone call away. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-284-5872.
Don't worry. It's fake.
Let's go.
Fake bomb.
Let's go.
Fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with Safe.Pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
You're back here at Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield. Ooh, in the home of the late, great Muhammad Ali.
Here we go.
Punches flying.
Fists a-flying.
And a huge shoulder tackle.
There's that intensity I was talking about, Peter.
Big time. Here you go. They're on the move this time. Leapfrogging. Oh, I like that, boys. Using his brain, pulling him down by the brain.
Veterans know how to use the ring as a weapon. They have the wherewithal to know where they're at in the squared circle at all times.
They also know how to pull the hair.
Sometimes
that was
you
good.
do what it takes.
You know, that's the tactical advantage that Rohit Raju has right here. He doesn't have any hair.
Aha, smart.
I just got a text message from Brian Myers, Peter.
No, don't talk to me. I don't want to slip and fall and hurt my other arm.
It says pay up. I just want you to know.
Finance plan.
Yeah.
You know, Peter, I am a bit confused because as I'm looking here, it's pretty clear it's your left hand that's broken, but you write with your right hand, so I'm just confused as to why you said you couldn't write the check.
If you keep talking, I also slap with my right hand, Sean. Gosh darn!
I will bite my tongue.
Calm down, friends.
You almost made... You are not impressing anybody with that mustache. I was first when I did that, pal.
Rohit Raju is laying the boots into Jake Christ. He has switched the tempo in this match and making Christ fight his fight.
Oh!
And quick way to crush a larynx.
Wow.
And it's hard to breathe. When you are sucking air and you get your throat crushed, it becomes really hard to breathe.
Big time. He cannot breathe.
Priest looking desperate. Here is Rohit Raju raking the nose, digging for gold.
Ooh,
it's
Rohit.
punishment time.
What is happening here?
It is punishment time for Rohit Raju. And he likes every bit of it. You see that wink?
Yeah.
That subtle wink to the camera?
I saw that.
Raju is living his best life right now, guys.
Not right now. Might have cost him with those kicks to the gut.
Uh-oh.
That hurts. Big jawbreaker, man.
This is a seesaw matchup.
Yeah. Here we go.
Rohit Raju taking his time to recover. Quick shots to the gut, laying it down.
Oh,
beautiful leg sweep.
You know, I've talked about this with some of the other free agents that we've seen. Cover here. Jake's looking at the lights and he's out in two. When you are a free agent and you are traveling the country, competing in place to place and television show to television show, that is really high risk because you're trying to raise your stock in the wrestling world to cast a bigger spotlight on your career. And when you're in that situation, Peter, you can't afford to take a loss.
No, you can't. You got to just keep that momentum going up and up and up and up.
As Rohit Raju shoots Jake Kreese to the turnbuckle, but a boot is there waiting for him, and another shot, and another shot.
Look at the educated feet here from Jake Christ.
Blast after blast to the brain, another blast to the brain.
Big flying forearm.
Forearm shot for Jake Christ. We're seeing fatigue begin to set in.
There we go.
Or perhaps not. Chris saying, I'm not near 300 pounds anymore. I got reserves.
He's ready.
Chris known to go to the gym at 2 or 3 in the morning and post some of those workouts on his social media page.
Lean and mean.
That is Ohio hours for you, baby.
This could be it here.
Oof, not enough on that big sit-out powerbomb, man.
Huge kick up from Rohit Raju, who really needed it and needs to find his way back into this matchup against Jake Kreese.
The pace has quickened here, and Jake is telegraphing now his opponent.
His boy Bobby getting him fired up for this.
What does Chris have in mind? Went for that roundhouse kick.
Blast him in the throat.
Ooh, swing and a miss, costs Jake. And a big boot right in the corner, but Rohit Raju is not done yet.
Look at the speed. Rohit Raju's coming in like a freight train, guys.
Wow.
And these guys, they are light, they are quick, and right now we are about to see some death-defying action off the top rope here from Rohit Raju. Ooh. Stomping down on the back of the neck of Jake Kreese.
Could this be it? He's won many matches this way.
Crunching the vertebrae with those feet, man. Gilbert, that's gross, man.
And the Ohio strength of Jake Kreese is really kicking him in as he's dazed and confused in the corner here, pulling himself back up. A little bit of fight showing.
You know, these guys know each other well. They competed on the Impact roster together for many, many years.
Both former champs.
Yeah, both former X-Division champions. But they have only wrestled, to my knowledge, in tag team matches. This is the first time that they've gone one-on-one.
DVD, Death Valley Driver, it's over.
Could that be it? It is not 2 9/10, Sean. 2 9/10.
I can't believe it. This has been crazy. That was as minuscule as it takes to win the Kentucky Derby by tenths of a second.
Absolutely unbelievable matchup.
Incredible match. Brian Myers is watching it too.
Oh, why do you do this to me?
He says, these boys are putting in work. And Peter, I want my money.
Big Bobby on the outside trying to keep Jake motivated and moving. But he eats the ropes on that one from Rohit Raju, dropping him down.
What's he got in mind? He hangs him up on that middle rope there. He's working that throat over, man. What an intelligent competitor.
Again, when
well, guess not.
Goodness, what are we seeing here?
Take your eye off the prize. Here we go.
Bobby.
Oh, whoa, Bobby, whoa.
Rohit Raju was using Bobby to lure Jake Kreese in, and it was a setup. It was a setup for the
he crunched him.
Mumbai Drive. Will it be enough here? And Jake Kreese.
Wow, boys.
Say goodbye to your teeth, Jake Kreese. Rohit Raju coming in extremely clutch with that one.
Here is your winner, Rohit Raju.
The Mumbai drive-by was the difference maker here. That knee right to the jaw had Jake Kreese seeing stars. 1, 2, 3 for Rohit Raju.
How brutal. How brutal. Thanks for having me, boys. What a match.
Wait, you're just doing one match?
Yeah, I'm just doing one match. That's it for me. Gilbert, I appreciate
I thought you were trying to make some money.
We'll make some more money later.
Remember, he's a paid per appearance.
That's funny. That's funny, you dime store Tony Schiavone. Don't ever talk to me and disrespect me like that again. Gilbert, it was a pleasure to see you. Sean.
Peter Avalon, ladies and gentlemen. Go Nowhere main event coming up next. It's a big one. Number 1 contendership on the line. Jordan Clearwater taking on Moose. Next.
If you're afraid to offend, you can't be honest. That's Thomas Paine, a leader in the American Revolution. CarShield, America's most trusted auto protection company, spells out what's protected in coverage plans for your vehicle. If your vehicle is out of warranty, all you have to do is call before your car breaks down. CarShield preserves your right to save on repairs or replacements for major parts and systems, while protecting your freedom to choose your mechanic or dealer for one affordable pay-as-you-go rate, a rate that will never go up. The future of this country rests on the people. The future of your car should rest with CarShield administrators. Call CarShield before it's too late.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896.
You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. The United World Champion, the radioactive Poppy, Danny Limelight, on his way to the ring.
And my hips started swinging. Mi gente, Danny Limelight is in the building, and I'm excited.
Except for this time, he's not coming to the ring. He's coming to commentary. Stand up and greet our guests. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Ooh, thank you. Welcome to the broadcast booth, but I like this. I'm going to keep it all match. Sean, you guys ready for a main event?
I am good and excited. The radioactive Poppy is here. We're about to have Jordan Clearwater, the wrestling god, and we get to have Danny Limelight call it with us.
Well, only one man's going to get what they want. It's main event time in Derby City Wrestling. 2022 was a banner year for Jordan Clearwater in the United Wrestling Network.
The contest is for the #1 contender for the United World Championship. Introducing first, from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in 230 pounds, the Golden Boy, Jordan Clearwater.
Someone I know way too well.
I was saying that 2022 was a banner year for Jordan Clearwater in the United Wrestling Network. He won the Red Carpet Rumble, our biggest event of the year, went on to become the world champion. But 2023 did not start off on that same high. His faction guys, the embassy, imploded. Invictus Cash, his closest ally, became an enemy. And, well, Clearwater came up short.
Listen, you better focus on the ring, Poppy. You got Moose in front of you. Don't worry about me. You got to earn this. You got to earn this.
The banter has already started now that the radioactive Poppy is sitting ringside in this one.
Clearwater came up short in his attempt to regain the gold from you, Danny Limelight. He says he comes in tonight with a chip on his shoulder. To say that he came in with a chip on his shoulder, I think that'd be an understatement, Sean.
You're absolutely correct here, and I'm interested, once this match is underway, to get the champion's perspective. He's been in the ring with Jordan Clearwater as many times as anybody else in the world. He knows Jordan. He knows how much of a competitor he is, whether it's good, whether it's bad. They've pushed each other toe-to-toe, line to line, and now there's a whole different animal involved, a moose.
And his opponent, representing Moose Nation, weighing in at 300 pounds, he is the wrestling god, Moose!
Moose is a complete athlete. He has all of the tools. He's fast, he's agile, he's strong, he's smart, and it's why he's been so successful in professional wrestling. A former Impact World Champion who has now set his sights on the United Wrestling goal.
Seems that's what everybody wants these days. When you look at Moose, you see a monster of a man. You see a complete athlete. I respect his work in the ring. I respect his confidence. Jordan gonna have his hands full with this one for sure.
Big fight field, friends. I got the goosebumps. This is gonna be a good one.
Absolutely. This was our main event for a reason. And this is one of the first times I've seen Jordan Clearwater step a full half football's length away from the ring to start a match.
Jordan Clearwater is, what, 6'2", 6'3"? He's usually the taller guy in the ring, bigger dude in the ring, and I'm just saying, Moose is looking down on the Golden Boy.
Well, you know, Golden Boy is somebody who never lacks a chip on his shoulder. He calls himself the Golden Boy for a reason. You know, there's nothing he won't do, won't stoop to come out with the outcome that he wants, and Moose needs to watch out for that.
All right, champ, I want your insight on this match. You're out here to scout. This is our first time seeing Moose take on Jordan Clearwater, only our second time seeing Moose in the United Wrestling Network. What are you looking for here?
Well, let's look at it like this. This is his second time seeing Moose in the United Wrestling Network, and he's fighting for a #1 contendership for the biggest prize in the United Wrestling Network, the biggest prize in all professional wrestling.
I mean, his wrestling resume makes him a top contender when he walks in the door.
just the way he, carries himself. Like he said, he calls himself the wrestling god. To call yourself the wrestling god, you got to have that confidence. And you look at Moose, he has the size, he has the power, he has everything.
Patting Clearwater on the top of his head with that height advantage. See what I was talking about there?
Like an actual golden emphasis on the boy.
Right. Mind games.
It's for finally somebody trying to get in Jordan's head.
This is, there's been quite the storied rivalry. Some have said there has not been a better feud in all of professional wrestling in 2022 than the saga that has been you, Danny Limelight, and both Jordan Clearwater.
Jordan Clearwater is the one opponent that pushed me to my longest match in the history of my career. And when I look at Jordan, I've seen how far he's come since he won the red carpet rumble, since he became world champion. Then standing in the ring, a man really is when you stand in the ring with him. He just got leveled by Moose.
One of the best matches in the history of the United Wrestling Network was that epic encounter last December between you, Limelight, and Clearwater. Clearwater made it very clear he wants that title back. He got a Moose standing in his way to even get a chance to get in the fight.
And big chops raining in from the wrestling god Moose. Danny, I have to ask you, if Moose goes on to become the #1 contender, what does a champion like yourself have to do to overcome such a hurdle?
First things first, Moose has a great opportunity right here to become the #1 contender for United Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. For me, looking at somebody like that, one, he has the size on me, he has the power, he has the strength, he has experience. He's wrestled all over the world as well. He's been in the ring with the best wrestlers, but so have I. As long as I've been champion, none of my opponents have been weak. They've all brought their A game, and there's that dirty tactics of Jordan Clearwater.
Momentum shifting moment here from Jordan Clearwater, opening a window of opportunity for himself. Hanging the bigger Moose out to dry. Blatant closed fists here, Sean, right in front of the referee's face. But if we know one thing about Jordan Clearwater, it's that he's going to push the limits. Guys, he's going to push the boundaries.
Gilbert, he's going to do whatever he needs to do to win this match. And that's what Jordan's going to have to do when you're in the ring with somebody like Moose. But you can't necessarily look at Jordan as an underdog. He's a former United Wrestling Network World Heavyweight Champion. He's ran with the embassy. He's cheated. He's lied. He's done everything he could to come out on top. And he's going to use those same tactics here to put down Moose just like that.
Cutting off the momentum once again on Moose. Make no mistake, the objective, Sean, for Jordan Clearwater is to break that slump that I talked about as he was coming to the ring.
No, you're absolutely right. He's giving Moose everything in the kitchen sink right there. The thing about Jordan, we've talked about on paper, stacked up 1 versus 1. Moose clearly has the advantage. But here's the thing, we know Jordan. We know Jordan will do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't matter clean, dirty. Jordan Clearwater, as Danny said, is going to be in this from start to finish.
Start to finish, all the way through, both men are. They're fighting for the #1 prize. They want a shot at my World Heavyweight Championship.
Quick roll up right here.
On the mat. No. Look at this strength display from Moose.
It's not many people who can pick up Jordan Clearwater, who's about 245, like that.
With one arm.
With one arm.
One arm. Curled it like he was at the gym working his bicep.
And Moose is a god amongst men, slamming Jordan Clearwater on his back. Desperation for the former champion.
Moose like a head full of steam. We've seen this before.
My goodness.
Running through. There's the backsplash. Precious seconds ticked away going into that cover. Perhaps if Moose was able to get there more quickly, then he would be the #1 contender right now.
He moves like a freight train.
And what do you do with that? If you have to face Moose one-on-one for the World Championship, what do you do with that kind of fight?
The last thing that I'm going to do, Gilbert, is tell you what I'm going to do right now. Because then if he looks at his back, looks at this tape back, hears me talking, he's going to know my strategy, man.
Sean, Clearwater has shifted the focus the other direction. Now it is Moose who is looking at the lights, but is out in 2.5.
He has. I think I don't know if you caught it, Danny. Jordan looked at you, stared you down, and told you to shut up. I think seeing you sparked something in Jordan Clearwater. He doesn't like you.
He doesn't like me because I took his little golden beauty. That's why he doesn't like me.
I feel like the feeling is mutual.
Oh, and misses right here. Jordan Clearwater, double boost to the guts.
That was a head-on collision on I-65, guys.
And that is the first time here in Derby City that someone has ran head-on with a moose.
No, it's not.
Damn it, Sean.
These two giants are battling it out. Former champions right here working to get to the gold around Danny Limelight.
#1 contendership is on the line. Who's going to face Danny Limelight? We got to take our last television timeout.
I love to drive. It's my me time, my getaway, my escape. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I called CarShield. CarShield administrators help get those repairs paid. I trust CarShield with my baby, and you should too. CarShield has plans that include protection on major parts and systems like the engine, transmission, entertainment system, air conditioning, electronics, and more. CarShield administrators go the extra mile by including rental car options. You also get emergency services for flat or damaged tires, lockouts, dead batteries, and courtesy towing, all at no additional cost. Darlings, saving on expensive car repairs is just a phone call away. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-284-5872.
In a world where people drive dirty every day, there's one duck with sunglasses who has a dream to be fast, clean, and loved everywhere. Quackles is giving you the chance to be a champion just like him. He's giving away a one-of-a-kind Quick Quack Championship belt autographed by some of your favorite United Wrestling Network stars. To enter, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit don'tdrivedirty.com/belt.
You're back here in the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center. A mega main event. Jordan Clearwater and Moose.
Jordan,
shoulders on the mat. First time meeting. The winner here becomes the #1 contender for the United World Championship. And Moose is going to face Limelight. No, he is not. The radioactive Poppy, the United World Champion, is joining us here at the broadcast booth, and I'm going to redirect that question again. Danny, what do you do with the fight like Moose if he becomes the #1 contender?
That's going to be the biggest fight of my life. I've never faced an opponent that size.
300 pounds,
that
6'6".
strength, that speed. You know, I usually say I use my speed, I use my wits, my technical. Oh, snap, the ref got crushed.
Hold on. May need to get another official out here.
It looks like the ref is going to be out.
There's a spear.
Big spear.
And nobody does it better. That is Moose's signature maneuver. That is the way he became a world champion in Impact Wrestling.
It's over.
4, 5, 6. He should be the #1 contender right now, but we don't have anybody to count it, guys.
And Moose is searching for the ref.
Jordan is slithering away.
Jordan's knocked out. Jordan isn't moving.
And this is just another chapter out of the Jordan Clearwater page. It seems like it's always something with him when he should take the L. It's always something that he snakes his way out of, even though this one seemed unintentional.
Got to pay attention.
Reaching around to make sure all of his ribs are still
right
there.
to the
right to the undercarriage.
You guys saw it. You saw it coming.
Clear as day. It's not the first time Jordan's done something like that.
You know his playbook very well, Danny Limelight. But Moose did not.
That's it. Good night, Moose.
And Clearwater just punched his ticket here, perhaps to another #1 contendership. Both legs are hooked, but the referee doesn't know where he is. There's the cover. There's 2, and the Golden Boy.
No!
No!
And Moose stays alive while the ref
so much for Right Boot Cemetery. Moose is still fighting.
And Danny, I have to ask you, we've talked about Moose, we've talked about his size, we've talked about his power, his speed. Jordan Clearwater puts people to sleep with the Midas touch. I gotta ask you, is the Midas touch gonna be enough to take out someone like Moose?
He just hit him with the Midas touch and it wasn't enough.
What is Clearwater,
looking for? Here he goes. This is those tactics I told you about.
Never afraid to cut a corner is the Golden Boy.
What is he?
He's found a chair.
Nah,
But the referee is still, wait, where are you going? Oh, Danny Limelight has popped up from the broadcast position. Oh my. No. The radioactive Poppy just snatched the chair out of the hands of the Golden Boy, said if you're gonna win, you're not gonna do it by cheating. You gotta do it fair and square. You gotta do it on your own.
And I'll be honest, I love Danny, but I don't know if that was the smartest move that he could have made.
Number 2. Rolled through into the cover, both legs hook, and Moose is our #1 contender.
And what a play by the radioactive Poppy, saving Moose from a chair to the back of the head. But now, Moose is our #1
contender.
What did Danny Limelight just do? Danny knows he can defeat Jordan Clearwater. He's done it 2 times, but he didn't want to see Jordan Clearwater cheat, so he snatched that chair away from him. Now, Danny Limelight has a date with the Moose for the grandest prize in our company, the United World Championship. Could that have been a mistake by the radioactive Poppy, Sean?
You know,
Oh, wait.
Before I can speak, Jordan Clearwater to the back of the head of Moose, laying down, but here comes.
No surprise here, Clearwater a sore loser. And that momentum slide of 2023 has not ended for the Golden Boy.
And how much of this could weigh on Moose's shoulders now? That's 2 times that Danny Limelight has come to the aid of Moose to get Jordan Clearwater out of the occasion.
I just think that that's the character of our United World
Danny
Champion.
isn't looking the Snake's back.
Oh,
Midas touch.
Jordan Clearwater with a kill shot almost on the United World Champion. Hold on, we got company here. Jake Something.
And Jake Something out of nowhere laying out Jordan Clearwater. Jake Something is hot.
Remember that Danny Limelight came to the aid of Jake Something when Willie Mack, something happened to Willie Mack.
And Danny Limelight sends Jordan out of the ring. It is absolute pandemonium here in Derby City Wrestling, but these fans love it.
They are on their feet.
And Jake Something is coming back for more. He is not finished with Jordan Clearwater.
They're fighting everywhere.
Absolutely.
Can we get some security? Follow them.
Security needs to head to the back as we look back at Danny Limelight and Moose.
But look at this stare down, this toe-to-toe. It's gonna be Moose, it's gonna be Danny Limelight for the United World Championship.
Danny expanding the hand.
Hey, Moose has got to appreciate what Danny did for him.
Absolutely.
At least on this night. Some would say that, oh, wait. Oh, whoa. That is not the definition of thank you. That is not the thank you that Danny had in mind.
And after the 2-time save from Danny Limelight on Moose, Moose repays the favor with a visit downstairs.
Moose holding that title and making his intentions clear. He wants United Gold.
This is my belt, you hear that? Your bottom time. This is mine.